Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about the gorilla that is Kefla. So what makes Kefla such a gorilla in this game is just the sheer amount of damage she can do. In the corner, she has very easy to do high damage combos. If you've seen my previous video on her TOD, there's a corner combo that she has that deals 6,000, almost 6,500 damage with 1 assist and a level 1 finisher. Also, if you want to see the combos in written form, I have them written down in the description section of this video. First, I want to talk about her position on a team, and I think she works best as either a point character or a mid character. And ideally, I think she works best as a point character. The reason for this is her quarter circle back's special is, going behind the enemy. And that has negative 39 frame advantage. So it leaves you wide open. So you really want those assists to help you there. And it's a very useful mix-up tool. And I'll demonstrate that here. I could have done that a little quicker, but see. Or like that, and then you can follow up. So she really does need assists to really have her full mix-up potential. And of course, if she's point, then you have two characters to use their assist to help her out. Additionally, she can deal significantly more damage if she has at least one assist when she does her corner combo. So I'll show that right now, the difference in damage really quickly. So with an assist, it's 6,457 damage. And without an assist, it's 5,693 damage. So, quite significant difference. 800 damage roughly difference, so pretty big. That was a C assist, so it was a little bit more damage than if I used Vegeta or something. But just to demonstrate how dependent she is on assists to really maximize her potential. Whereas someone like Base Goku, yeah, of course he gains more damage with assists and following up with Dragon Rush and things like that. But because of how significant his Kaioken is, times 20 at when he's the last person on the team, not really that dependent on assists, really, to deal his maximum damage. Now, she has the normal B&B combo route that most characters in this game have, and it deals, decent damage, but it's not really the combo that you want to use in the corner. And with that combo, I actually recommend switching it up between using her special in the air and her heavy. Because with the heavy, it gives sliding knockdown a little bit closer to where Kefla lands on the ground, as compared to her special in the air, which gives sliding knockdown further away. Doing the special in the air deals like 10 more damage So the damage increase isn't that significant, so if you're not going to be knocking them in the corner, you probably want to use the heavy unless you want to go back to neutral, or you're going to follow up with her quarter circle back special to catch up to them. I'll demonstrate what I mean here. Whereas if we go like this, there's a little bit more of a wait to catch up to them. See where we land, and we can just go right up to them with the JH. Something else to note is when you start with the 2M starter and go into her standing medium, let the standing medium finish before you jump and continue the combo. If you don't, it's going to whiff, or there isn't enough hit stun to continue the combo. I'll show you what I mean here. See, if I jump too early, there isn't enough hit stun. So if I let it finish out, but just like that, then it will have enough hit stun to continue. So it's a little bit tricky as well, which is another reason why, unless you're mid-screen, I wouldn't recommend it in the corner. So as a quick note, at the end of her B&B combo, mid-screen, you can use quarter circle back special to get back to the ground behind the enemy if you wanted to switch sides. So what that looks like is this. And now I'm on the other side of the enemy, and I can follow up from there. There are some situations, like the instance that you just saw where I started in the far corner, that you may want to do that if you didn't want to burn a bar to vanish behind the enemy and then Dragon Rush them back in the corner. Just in general, you know, it's a useful tool to not burn bar and get on the other side of the enemy. Maybe when you could delay it a little bit, and then on wake up, they may not expect you on that side. Or additionally, you could come down like this, use an assist, right? Or come on, or use it again and then go back on the other side. So a lot of potential there for you to kind of mix up on the after a sliding knockdown. Something else I forgot to say while making the video is that quarter circle back special where you teleport behind also works really well for level 3 Oki. So you hit level 3 and then you have frame advantage. They may expect you to run up and Dragon Rush, or run up and start attacking, or shoot Ki Blast or something, but they may not be expecting you to teleport behind them instantly as soon as they wake up after a level 3. So it also works really well as a level 3 Oki. So something else I want to talk about is her block strings. So while you're attacking, fairly normal block string, but at the end of the block string, kind of there's two options for you. She can go high and she can go low at the end with either a forward circle, forward heavy, and that's a high, so they'll have to be standing in order to block it. Or you can quarter circle back medium or light, and that'll be a low. So at the end of your block string, they're not going to know if you're going to go high or if you're going to go low. And if you're in the corner, either one is a great option. If you use the forward heavy, make sure you follow up with the heavy. Otherwise, you're not going to deal as much damage, and it's kind of harder to follow up unless you super dash or something. So, like that. And then, you know, your combo from there. Additionally, though, if you do hit the quarter circle back medium, you can follow up with a down medium standing medium and then do your corner combo. So say you're doing your block string, they're blocking, and then you hit like this, go like that, heavy, and then do your combo. So really, really good tool there. Not a lot of characters can mix up like highs and lows that easy, so she is a very useful character for that. Let's move on to her air specials. So she doesn't really have a lot of options in the air. She doesn't have quarter circle back, quarter circle forward, medium, heavy, anything really, except for quarter circle forward, special, and quarter circle back special. So she can use her move behind you move in the air, and she can also use her like special key blast beam type of thing. And if you hold it down, of course, then it charges. But something to note about that is if you want to use it on the ground, it's actually better to just jump up a little bit, or maybe on the way down just before you hit the ground, or if you can do it really fast, which I'm not very good at. As you can see there, about that high, can hit a standing on the ground character as well as a character who tries to like jump up to dodge it. Whereas if you just use it on the ground, it's a little bit easier to dodge by jumping over it. So it's kind of like a little meta trick there. That'll help you out a little bit. Okay, so next let's talk about her supers. We'll just talk about her level 1s for now. She has 3 of them. And so let's talk about this one. So this is her R1 quarter circle forward. And it's her highest damage level 1 super. And it also has tracking. So if I'm way up here, she'll track down or track up, or wherever the character is, she'll go to them. And actually, because of that, it can actually combo with Goku's Spirit Bomb. So what that would look like is this. And then you use Spirit Bomb, and then that combo. So yeah, I mean, so that's like a little extra bonus if you have base Goku on your team. And then there's her air trigger, quarter circle forward, and that kind of tracks above the character and comes down. To be honest, I don't really find myself using this one very often. It deals less damage than the other one, and they both track. So there really isn't much benefit to using that one that I know of anyway. If anyone knows when that's more optimal to use, feel free to say so in the comments. Then there's her Hell Zone, R2, or the trigger, quarter circle forward. And this one's interesting because if they don't block it and it hits, you know, of course you can follow up with a super dash. However, if it's blocked, let's put the enemy on block here. You can follow up with a super dash, like run up the super dash and do your combo, right? And if they do block it though, they can do a guard cancel. So you have to be aware of that, and if they do guard cancel, you can block it and then punish it with a down heavy, or ideally 2M, and do a 2M starter combo. What else can they do? They can down tech and then come up at the last moment and get hit by the last couple Hell Zone key blasts, and then they can kind of get out of it that way. So just kind of watch your enemy, see what they do, and adapt to it. But either way, no matter what they choose to do, you're kind of have the upper hand after you use that Hell Zone. And I know it's I know it's not called Hell Zone, but that's just what we call it because of Piccolo's iconic Hell Zone move. They kind of look similar. So yeah, those are her level 1 supers. Her level 3 super is full screen, right? So I can go all the way back here, hit anywhere on the screen. Now is a very slow startup for a level 3. So it doesn't work very well as like level 3 wake up level 3. Which is another reason why I would never have her as anchor. She's just kind of, she's really weak in that respect. I think her as an anchor has a lot of flaws. So to go back to my original point, I think she's best as a point character or a mid character. So overall, I'd say she's a pretty strong character. She deals lots of damage, she has pretty good mix-up. And she's quick. My only critique on playing the character is timing with some of her combos. If you've ever watched people play Kefla, you probably have seen them drop her combos in the corner, particularly with the key blast before her corner circle forward special. Because the timing has to be a little specific, at least a little bit more so than other characters. Like I showed before, she can whiff her jump medium from her standing medium pretty easily if you don't wait for that last hit there with her backhand before jumping up. And in the corner, right there where she shoots the key blast, if you don't time it just right, it'll whiff. So it just takes a little bit of practice, but once you get those kind of little downsides figured out from the character, she's actually a very strong character. And I would recommend pretty much any beginner to the game who wants like a kind of well-rounded, high damage character to put on their team. You know, use Kefla as your point character. Or if you already have a point character that's dependent on assist, use her as a mid character. Well, if there's any other questions that you might have, feel free to comment and I'll respond. And maybe even make a follow-up video on any additional questions you might have. If you could leave a like for that pesky YouTube algorithm, I'd greatly appreciate it. And feel free to subscribe. And there should be some other videos on the screen if you're interested in some other videos. And I'll see you in the next one.